I just thought I would come on here and show you guys how I get a medium-sized painting ready to get started on. So in the last video I uploaded, I put all of this painting's drills into containers. It has 34 colors. So I'm using 10 jars, and then in this container we've got 24 boxes, and then I have 2 bags of extra color that didn't fit into their little container. So that's the extras. So I'm gonna put this aside for a second because I wanted to get this started. So if you haven't seen it yet, here's what it is. It is a 40 by 50 centimeter painting. I got it from 7 Color Sunflower off of AliExpress. It was $19.49. It's a full square drill, and all the drills were present and accounted for. I just had one color that was sticky, so I did wash 3 bags. But it's like a newspaper page, and it says on it, "I solemnly swear that I am up to no good." So all you Harry Potter fans out there, I'll let you know how this one goes. So when I got this painting out and I looked at it again under my light pad, I noticed something about it. The symbols, I don't, for lack of a better term, I call them that the symbols are mucky. Like, there's a lot going on here. So usually in a diamond painting, such as, say, this one, you've got, you know, a lot of color. You can definitely see on the canvas where the color changes. These are all, this is all 6. All this background is 6. Then you got a lot of E's in here, E's and 9s, and then you got the nose, you know, and you can kind of like make out the shapes. Like you can see the blue here. So that's an easier canvas for me. That's an organized drill field to me. This is mucked up. Mucked with an M. I call it mucky. They're mucky symbols. So let me take you down so I can show this to you a little bit better here. Whoops. Okay, so let me also, no, okay. All right, so can you see that? The symbols don't really, besides like this darker green, they're all mixed up, and it's gonna be difficult. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that canvases like this take much longer than canvases like this, because you spend half your amount of time, if not more so, looking for the symbol that you need to lay. So it's going to take me a longer time to do this 40 by 50 than it takes me to do a more organized drill field of like even a bigger painting. For instance, that rainbow elephant that I did for Chris, if you guys remember that, it was much more delineated. But this is going to be definitely a little bit more tricky. So I've been diamond painting for almost a year, the better part of a year. I think it'll be a year in April, beginning of April. And I've done some things differently since then. So I'm going to, I noticed that there's a lot of extra glue just on the top. The side doesn't have much. So I'm going to have to put some washi tape along the top here. But I think I want to cut the section first. So instead of just folding back the paper, what I do is I use my light pad and I get my X-Acto knife, and I look for a sensical spot to stop, or like a sensical like shape to do. So for instance, you know, if this was, let me get it again. If this was covered in opaque paper instead of this clear sheet, I would probably sort of like cut along here and lay all those first. That way I'm keeping all my paper on all the glue that isn't going to get a drill on it, so that it doesn't get exposed to the elements. Like now I have dog hair to, you know, fight off and everything, when I didn't before, when I lived at my other apartment. So by the way, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but the glue on the canvas takes like forever to dry. So I've had canvases where a few diamonds have popped off and I thought, you know what, forget it. I came back to it probably, oh my gosh, months later, like 3 months later, and it was still sticky. But if it's not sticky, I found that this works pretty well. It's called Quickie glue, and they come in a pack of like 6 or something on Amazon. And it's just like a ballpoint pen. I'm gonna try to get it to, just like a ballpoint pen, except instead of ink, it's glue in there. So, and it comes out blue. I'll show you guys on a piece of paper. It comes out blue. Sorry, this one I think is, there we go, okay. It comes out blue, and then when it dries, you see that? When it dries, it turns white. So what I do is I'll rub it on the spot where I need to put the drill, and then just a little, it doesn't take too much, and then I stick the drill in with my pen. Anyway, that's a side note. So what I'll do now is I'll cut the paper, but because this is a mucked up drill field, I don't really have, you know, that sort of line. So what I think I'll do is I'll stop along this part and then just come down over here. So I'll do a small section with you guys today. I've definitely been biting off bigger sections lately, and that's because I find that I can go faster. Not that I want to rush through, but when I was doing all those Christmas gifts, I did kind of have to rush through, and I found that it was quicker to do a larger section and work your way over with color, and then change your color out less frequently. That saves time. So what I'm doing here is I'm cutting this cover paper with an X-Acto knife using my light pad to see, but I'm not pressing too hard. Some of you are probably like jumping out of your skin, and I know you've seen other people do this before, and I've actually done a video on this, but you just press light, just hard enough so you can feel, I mean, you can feel it drag through the paper, and you can tell that you're cutting it. But you don't want to cut the canvas, so it's just enough to feel that paper going, and you'll be able to tell. I've even taken the X-Acto knife over here before on the side of the canvas and tested what it would feel like if I punctured the canvas, so now I know what to look for. Okay, so now that I've got that section cut, it goes to here. So I'm gonna just fold this top part back for just a minute so I can tape this extra glue right here. I'm gonna see if I can, you see that extra glue on the side? It's kind of has some lint on it because the paper, when I put the paper back, it didn't go all the way on. So I'm gonna grab some washi tape, if I can find the end of it. This is lace, actually no, snowflake. washi tape. And it's clear, so I'm having a hard time finding. Here we go. There we go. Okay. All right, found it. So this is what it, I'm trying to, what do I have that I can show you with? Nope, that won't work. Well, hang on a second. I'll show you in a minute. All right, so I'm going to take some washi tape here, and I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut a little bit extra so I can show you what it looks like. I'm using the scissors with my left hand, and it doesn't like it, so it takes me a second. Okay. See, scissors are made for right-handed people. Okay. So I'm going to just line it up with the edge of the drill field. So that black line here. I'm going to go a little bit extra. And I'll show you on this light pad what this looks like. Okay, so let me just tear up this little piece of paper so I can flatten this washi tape down all the way. And then I'll show you what it looks like. So flatten that down. All right, that way I won't have any lint going onto the edge of my canvas and mucking up my glue. So I'm gonna put that down for a second to show you this. So that's what my washi tape looks like. It's just like a bunch of snowflakes on clear tape, white snowflakes on clear tape. The other thing I've learned from my journey is that I turn my light pad upside down because I'm left-handed. If it's like this, over here is the power button in the bottom left-hand corner. That's the right side up. That's where it should be. If I'm drilling and I'm left-handed, I can easily just touch that. So what I have to do is flip it upside down so it's in the top right-hand corner away from my working hand. Okay. That was a side note. Okay, now I'm going to turn my canvas so it's right side up. And because I want to do it right side up, I'm going to, this is the edge of my table right here. So I'm going to just kind of make it go under the table a little bit. Make sure I'm where I want to be in terms of where I want to work on it. And then I'm going to take some clips and clip my canvas right to the table. I think I want another one too, actually. Maybe, I hope this one doesn't get in the way, but we'll have to see. Okay, I don't usually work on the dining room table, but I am today just for filming's sake, so bear with me here. Okay, and then I just peel this back. I save this because if I'm not finished with it, I'm going to cover it back up as much as I can and put something on top of it to protect it from hair and dust and lint. So I'll just put that up to the side. And then I'm going to get started. I also like to use for garbage, for trash drills and, you know, which are either garbage in your drills or misshapen drills or drills with holes or whatever. I use this little, I found these little macaroon containers on Wish. And when you open them up, they're just like a little container and it's so cute and I love them. So that's my little garbage pile, my little garbage can. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to try something a little different and you guys can tell me how you like it, but I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to just drill with some music in the background and I'm going to fast forward it. So you guys tell me what you think. Give me some feedback down below in the comment section. Oh, and don't forget to join our Facebook page if you haven't already. The link is below in the description. And I'll talk to you in a minute. Sorry, my pen's wax started to run out, so I'm going to fix that quickly and then get back to work. I've been really liking working that way, using the 3 drill tip to pick up 3 drills at a time and then lay them at an angle on the canvas so that it's more, I don't have to go back and forth as much. So more efficient or less annoying, I guess. Not really sure. But yeah, so let's keep going. Okay, so as I'm working on this painting, I've done 3 symbols so far, 3 colors. And the way I'm choosing which color to do next is I'm picking the symbol that pops out at my eyes the most. And sometimes with these mucked up canvases, mucked up drill fields, I guess I should say, where all the symbols are pretty much mixed up and not easily seen. All the symbols tend to kind of blend in. So as I work, I pick the symbol that sticks out the most to me. I don't know why I keep doing that. So when I go to do the next symbol, I'll kind of explain my process. So right now I'm working on the asterisk symbol. And then the next symbol I'll do will probably be this half circle thing, the circle with the half dark and half light, because that seems to be popping out at my eye next. But that could change, so we'll have to see. This method doesn't always work because there are some times when you've done all the colors you can and nothing pops out at you because they're all the same. So it just depends. And you know, I've been doing this the 3 drill tip method to use as a single placer, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Especially I have to pay attention when I'm doing it. But basically what I do, and I don't know if you guys have done this or not yet, you can do it with a bigger one, but I find that the 3 drill placer or the 3 drill tip is a bit more versatile and able to fit into smaller places. So I'll take 3 drills on the end of my pen, and then I'll go to a section and I'll put, sorry, that light keeps happening. I'll put my pen at an angle so I can just let one go like that, and then I'll find a double and put that one there, if that makes sense. It takes some practice for sure, but it is quicker. And like I said, not that I want to rush. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to rush this craft, but you know, I don't want this section to take me 6 hours. You know, I want it to take me an hour and a half, or 2 hours, especially because this, maybe even 2.5 hours, because this such a mucked up drill field. So yeah, I've noticed that about, you know, some paintings or some diamond paintings are easier to do and they're quicker because of where the colors lay. And it makes sense that if you know, if it's hard to find the symbol you're trying to lay color on, it would make sense it would take you longer to do that painting. And I never really thought about that before I experienced it for the first time. I showed in a previous video, the update video, the log cabin that I made for my mom, which she loved, by the way. And that had a really mucked up drill field, similar to this. But this one's I think it's going to be more consistently mucked up. Because of the lack of, you know, any sort of structure. All that's there is the words, and then besides that, it's pretend. I mean, you can't read the newspaper print. It's supposed to just look like newspaper print. So, yeah, I'm interested to see how this one comes out, because there are 3 other ones from this seller that I could have chosen from. But the Marauders map has always been a big fan of mine. I mean, I've always been a big fan of the Marauders map. Oh my goodness. No, I'm not. The Marauders map is not a fan of me. I'm a fan of the Marauders map. So I thought this would be a good one, and one of my subscribers, Valerie McMillan, she is right along here with me. I don't know if she ordered one yet, so Valerie, maybe you can make a comment below if you watch this video. But we were both really interested to see how it would come out, because it's supposed to look like newspaper print. So I am very curious to find out, and that's why I started this one right now. I wasn't going to, but I felt the urge, and I thought, you know what? I'm just going to go with it, and I'm going to do what my heart wants. And it's to do this right now. So here we go. So I don't know how you guys like the whole fast forward and music thing. I know a lot of you have mentioned in the past that you like chatting while we work. And I forgot to tell you to grab your diamond painting at the beginning of this, but I have a feeling that a lot of you know to do that by now. And also that you can look at the duration of this video and see that it's probably a paint with me. So yes, it is. It is. So, yeah, if you haven't already joined our Facebook group, we would love to have you. The description or the link to that group is in the description below. These drills are not falling like they should, and I don't know why. I don't know. It's weird. They're not sticky. They're not stuck together. Maybe it's just my hand and my wrist action isn't working tonight, but I don't know. Okay, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, the Facebook group. So I sort of explained on that Facebook page I posted today, and I sort of explained why that I've been absent from posting. And so I said, you know, I'll probably explain it again in a video. So here I go. So I've been absent because I was really, really, really stressed out. And it started back in September. So once I moved, you guys only heard from me, I think, twice or 3 times, maybe 4 times. But I found out that starting a new preschool with a new director, and then having one of the staff members quit, one of the teachers quit, and then having to rehire a teacher and all that, it has left me feeling very, very pulled in every direction. And when I personally, when my body is stressed out, it makes me sick. And so, meaning like nausea, trouble sleeping, what else? No appetite. I don't eat. And it's been a pretty big problem for me. This drill is concave. So, I apologize for being absent so much, and I'm not saying, you know, that I'm going to post one video every day from here on out. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm trying to get back into it. I appreciate all of the support. I truly, truly do. You guys are amazing people, every single one of you, and I just want to say thank you to all of you who have supported me and given me words of encouragement to get through it and everything. And it's all good stuff, but change is really hard. And for me, all that change happened in a very short amount of time. Pretty much everything about my life changed. I moved to a different city, into a different apartment and now I have a roommate. His name is Chris. Some of you probably know. And it's been amazing to live with him, but it's still a change. I also have been navigating my other relationships too, like my parents, whom I've moved away from, and all that. So it's been tricky. So I just want to thank everybody for sticking in there. Chris is quietly getting a drink of water right now from the fridge. You're fine, Chris. So yeah, that's kind of been what's going on with me. And I hope everyone else is doing well. I know I've missed a lot. But I hope you're all well. If you guys don't know, I live in Michigan, southeastern Michigan, and there has been a crazy amount of winter storms around. We even had like a polar vortex come through, and we had really, really cold temperatures, like -35. Princess has to go outside. Princess is the dog. It's okay. So yeah, that's kind of been going on, what's going on with me. So I'm gonna get back to it and let you guys watch a little bit longer, and I'll check in a little bit.